Boxing aficionados, what's up? What's going on? Taylor Serrano. Taylor Serrano. Taylor Serrano. I think that it's a fight. Well, we all know that it's a fight that that women's boxing has been waiting for. You know, boxing as in general. Let me not try to minimize that. Great fight. Great fight. My prediction is that I'm going with Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano, because she's one of the few women's boxers who fights literally like a man. Amanda Serrano's style in the ring, boxing persona, viciousness, it's it's macho. She is macho, you know. Her body attack is fierce. Her technique is exquisite. And I'm not impressed with Katie Taylor. I don't know what to tell you. I know she's an undisputed champion, and I think gold medal Olympian, but I'm not impressed with her. I've seen several Katie Taylor fights. I've never been compelled to watch her fight. I think I saw the Pursoon fight. There was a fight there that I saw of hers that I really thought the other fighter should have gotten the nod. Now, granted, I'm not ring IQ. I'm not Jules. So it is with great trepidation that I'm making this video. Because when it comes to women's boxing, I'm admittedly at a disadvantage as far as having knowledge of all the players and all the, all the fighters and all the styles and all the names. I don't follow women's boxing. I don't. So, again, it's with great hesitancy that I do this video. This is probably the first women's boxing video I've ever made. Actually, this is the first women's boxing video I've ever made. Wow. So that alone should tell you that, this fight is pretty big. It's very big. But I like Amanda Serrano. And I'm picking her because I'm rooting for her. I think Katie Taylor, from what I've seen of hers, I'm just not impressed. I think she throws a lot of punches, but they mean nothing. They're not meaningful punches. Just a barrage of punches. I guess she has fast hands and a lot of energy. I think women's boxing would suffer if she beats Amanda Serrano. To tell you the truth, I think, I don't know. For me, listen. I'm gonna say this again. I'm at a disadvantage in commenting about women's boxing, but this fight has, it transcends the sport of women's boxing. And my only criticism of it is that I think it'd be bigger in the UK. Like if it were to be in the UK right now, it's what, about, what is it, almost 6 o'clock in the evening. That if it were to be in the UK, I'd be watching that now on the Zone. Free to pay my undivided attention to the event. But being that it's in New York, I'm going to have to, you know, split my attention between that and Top Rank's undercard, which I'm always interested in. And it's going to be tough. But as big as Taylor Serrano is, in the United States, it's a regional fight. It's a regional fight. It's a fight that's big in New York. It's not big across the country. I'm not getting the feeling that Taylor Serrano is a big fight across the country of the United States. I'm not getting that feeling. I'm not getting the feeling that Mexican fans are interested in that fight. And let's face it, Mexican fans drive the sport in the United States. I'm not getting the feeling that African American fans are interested in Taylor Serrano. I don't think so. It's a regional event. It's a big in New York. It has in media and New York being the media capital that it is. Of course, it's gonna get on Today. Today. Whatever, the show, NBC show, Today show, or the Today show, whatever. I guess they got a spot on that, or it's gonna garner some interest. Of course, it's the media capital of the world. It's a never seen before undisputed championship between two of the biggest names in women's boxing. Amanda Serrano is huge. I think she could have been even bigger if Lou DiBella would have done a better job with her, But, I can't blame Lou DiBella because Lou DiBella is an American promoter and women's boxing just isn't as big in the United States as it is in the UK and abroad. I mean, Cecilia Brækhus was a big star in Europe before coming to HBO. And HBO, did anybody take time out of the day to pay their undivided attention to Cecilia Brækhus? No, it didn't happen. It doesn't translate in the United States yet. It could change, but as of right now, it's not, and that's a criticism that maybe I'll get killed for, but I stand firm in that truth. And I think I think women's boxing owes a big debt of thanks to Ring IQ. Julius has put women's boxing on the map for me, and his videos, which every single video he puts out, he includes women's boxing and these little known names, and his enthusiasm is infectious, and that's why I'm even doing this video for Serrano Taylor, or Taylor Serrano, whichever way you want to put it. I definitely am doing this video because of the influence that Ring IQ has had on me, and piquing my interest. Other than that, Amanda Serrano, I'm rooting for her. She's beautiful. She's Puerto Rican. She's from Brooklyn. She fights in a macho style. She's a body snatcher. She's comes forward. I believe that one of the disadvantage would be that she's coming up 2 weight classes to fight Taylor. So I'm not, entirely 1,000% sure that her power is going to translate to, to the divisions above from her. She's going from 126, I believe, to 135, lightweight. So I don't know what that means in terms of her power being able to hurt Taylor, but I believe she does because Amanda Serrano has a real mean streak. I detest the fact that she only has 2 minutes per round. I detest that. I detest women's boxing having that rule. I feel that you'd see a whole lot more knockouts in women's boxing if they had it an added minute, third minute, which which would create more of an exhaustion. So you'd have not only power come into play as far as a factor in whether a knockout is coming, but rather stamina also, because a lot of these knockouts happen because one fighter runs out of gas. And in women's boxing, being that it's 2 minutes per round, the stamina factor doesn't get stretched to the limit as much as in, well, at least not the limits of men's boxing. That's something that I believe is detrimental to the sport. I believe that I would be more interested if in the sport you know, had it being complete and total equivalent to men's boxing. I don't understand why it is that in MMA, UFC, women fight the same 5 minutes that men do. Everything's the same, except that you're fighting another woman, you know? So I think that the women's boxing needs to take a look at that because it's ridiculous that the UFC and MMA don't share the same rules, secondary rules for women and men. They don't differentiate. So why should professional boxing, differentiate? Something that it's neither here nor there. We are where we are, but I believe that if women's boxing wants to get respected in the United States, at least more, I believe that that's something that they're going to have to take into consideration as far as rule changing. Hey, what's another minute between friends, right? Anyway, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Amanda Serrano for the W. Puerto Rico in the house. Peace. I'm out.